Hey guys, Lego Man 7777, and well, we finally have another review to do. It's almost time for the summer sets to come out, but before that, we get another Ultimate Collector set. This time, it is the TIE Fighter. So, let's see, ages 14 plus, 75095, the TIE Fighter, 1,685 pieces. It is Ultimate Collector Series, as it says so on the box, and it costs $199.99. So, there is our new little Disney logo that's on every box. And here we can see just a small little picture of the TIE Fighter. And I will show all of that. On the top, there is some information. You can see the details of the TIE Fighter itself, like the schematics, but I will tell you that in a little bit. And you can see we do have one singular minifigure, which I didn't even know about until I got it. But let's see here. So you got, features and yada yada yada, all that fun stuff, and a different view of the TIE Fighter, which isn't really that spectacular. It's just a different view. Yep. This set came out on May 2nd. So, if anyone didn't know that. And, the review is just a tad bit late. Some technical issues. But, other than that, that is the box. It's fairly large. It's bigger than the Slave 1 box, if any of you guys have that. It's just for, space purposes. Unless you throw the boxes away, then it doesn't matter at all, but that'd be weird. Alright, so we do have the instruction booklet, and of course it's quite thick, as it is almost 1,700 pieces. The majority of it, as you probably figured, is the wings. But we'll just flip to a random page here. Here is just the body getting built. And let's see here. Let's see if I can change how this looks. Alright, that's a little different. So, let's flip to the last page. Where here is the final digital TIE Fighter. It says step 53, but that's, you guys know how that numbering system works. And it is 163 pages long. That is not counting, it'd be much longer. Because, and I'll just say this now, the wings are divided into two halves. And they tell you one bag is for, two halves of a wing, and another bag is two halves of a different wing. That's all fine and good. I knew it was 2 times, but they don't even give you the second wing. It's 2 times 2. So it's actually, you build it 4 times, and I didn't know that, so then I had to backtrack, and you guys know how that is. So the book would actually be quite long if they didn't do it like that. Focus. There we go. Alright. So here's our singular minifigure. It is a TIE Fighter pilot, of course. He actually has leg detail, which is new for TIE Fighter pilot standard. He may have a new body. I'm not entirely sure. He does have the new helmet details on him, which is always nice. And he does actually have arm printing. So that's cool. So you got 2 Imperial logos on his arms. And there's his back. It comes with the standard little pistol, and of course he has your standard, just every clone face. Well, okay, some of the higher up people have different faces, but you know what I meant. And you also get a obligatory brick separator. So, there's all that. Before I get into the fighter itself, This is the stand. Again, it doesn't connect to anything. It just sits on this piece right here. The little red piece, is that for anything? No, probably not, but one thing I can tell. But let's look at the card real quick. The TIE LN Starfighter, yada yada yada, made by them. It's almost 9 meters long. Can hold 1 pilot and 65 kilograms of cargo. Has all kinds of guns. You can pause it and read this if you want to, if you even care about any of that. I shouldn't feel like reading it this time. Yada yada yada. There's a lot of letters. Cinar Fleet Systems, that's pretty much all their tech. And it'd be all their tech on any other TIE anything fighter. But, other than that, we can kind of move this out of the way. Move this stuff out of the way for now. Because we can actually look at the TIE fighter itself, which is quite large. It's a pretty large set, so don't, if you don't have any room, plan it out before you get this, because it is 12 inches wide and almost 16 inches tall, so it's pretty large, I must say. And that is without the stand, so, go figure. Add a couple inches for the stand, maybe make it 20 inches tall. I'm not entirely, maybe not 20. Maybe like 18. I don't know. I never actually looked at that. But now we can look at the inner workings of the TIE Fighter. So there, now we focused. See, this is a printed piece right here. This glass piece. And it's difficult the last time I did this, but there's a, oh, no, I got it this time. There's a method to this. There is a couple stickers, yes, on, zoom in to see that. There's a couple stickers right there and there. And of course on the other side. There's a couple stickers in total on the TIE Fighter. There isn't too many. But, they had to add just a couple. I'm trying to just show the inside of the TIE Fighter because it is kind of cool. We can see nothing, which is lovely. I love it when we can't see anything. Well, while we're holding the TIE Fighter like this, maybe if I change the way I hold the light, but so here's the top piece, and it opens up just like it would in the movie or whatever. It just opens up like this. And that is, again, a printed piece. Yeah, that comes off too. Cool. Cool. Maybe now I can show you the inside. No. You can see the driver controls with the little red thing. That's a new piece, I believe. There isn't much of an inside to the TIE Fighter. It is mostly just blackness. I wonder if that helped. Did that help? Yeah, it did. So you can see there is a chair in there, along with the driver controls, and both of them can move. It is a little bigger than the TIE Fighter palette that they include, but they include it just because it's his fighter. Obviously, he doesn't actually fit very well in there. I mean, he does fit, but because the chair is 3 studs long instead of 2 like normally would be, he doesn't fit very well. Here you can see the guns. Those aren't flick fire missiles, so don't worry about that. They don't shoot. You can see random color to help you identify things while you're building. I'm going to put this down now, because it's heavier than you'd think it would be. So let's zoom out of that and move our light a little bit out of my way. So, yeah, like I said, this is the hatch, and it just opens and closes like this. Nothing special there. And, you know, of course, I broke it, so that's only, I could have just done that, couldn't I have? Anyway. So there's that. And you can just, oh, here we go. And you just slide this back on. So well, there we go. The TIE Fighter's all put back together and looking like a TIE Fighter again. There isn't a obscene amount of detail, but then again, the TIE Fighter isn't super detailed in general. Like the body, it's just a sphere with these coming out to hold the wings on. So I think it looks great. Here is a look at the back of the TIE Fighter. The little engines right here. Excuse me. Like I said, there's a couple more stickers, just like on the front side. This little back panel. It is tiled. I thought that was kind of cool. That was fun to build. The body, it's pretty straightforward building, except for this piece and the front piece I took off a couple seconds ago. That's your really only different kind of building. It's pretty much just, you know, put piece on top of piece and keep going, and then you put the slopes and you're all done. This is a little bit of sideways building, and that's where the challenge is. That's why this is a 14 plus set instead of a 16 plus set. It's not super complicated to build. There's a lot of fun stuff involved, but it's not super complicated. One thing I do want to note is right here, and on each side, front and back, both wings, there's those little red triangle stickers, and those are terrible. Just letting you guys know. Put those on before you put the wings on. I don't know why they tell you to put the wings on and then put those stickers on, because you have to go underneath a piece to put them on, and that's just stupid. Anyway, enough of me ranting. This is a look at the wing. Like I said, there isn't a whole lot of detail to the wing, and most of the set is wing. I mean, it's what you're building forever, basically. Once you get one done, you're like, yes, I have one done. No, I have to do it all again. But that's not too bad. You expect that because it is a symmetrical fighter. But this is the detailing. See, this is yeah, that's a printed piece. I always thought it was a sticker. It's not. This little piece right here is printed. You know, we have a little bit of design and the octagon shape. And that's all fun and good. Now these things, this is a new piece right here, this part. And you get 8 of them in this set to, you know, go along with the way they made it. But this is really cool because it's built at this angle, like a 45-degree angle. And then you just build this part over top of it. So it's not really sitting on there by much. And then you put a battle droid arm up here, and you connect it to the back side, which is almost identical. And I'll show you guys that in a second, because you can't see me touching what I was showing you. The battle droid arm is way up here, and I'll show that in 2 seconds. And that's really cool. I thought that was cool. That's the most genius thing ever. See, there's your battle droid arm holding on to the other half. Because as you can see on the back side of the wing, it is, again, the same. They kept the design on the back too, just to make it, you know, worth it. That's how it is in the real set. And all of that good stuff. Other than that, it doesn't have any features. I mean, this is it. This is the TIE Fighter. There you go. I mean, the X-Wing really didn't have any features, did it, either? Neither did the Y-Wing. I'm talking about the collector sets, not the minifigure versions. But the one last thing I do want to show is you take this piece and you put it, you know, whatever. And if you rotate the set, you see that's obviously where the piece is going to go. And you just rest it on top. You might hear a little pop. It's not actually connected to anything. And it just rests on the stand. Just like that. It now has an upward angle. Like instead of having the cockpit like this, it's tilted like this now. It's just a slightly different angle. Looks kind of cool, and you can see it from the way I have it right now. And the minifigure, he gets his own little stand right there. I don't know if you can see that. No, you can't see that. So if I move it back some, you can now see where the minifigure goes. He's got a spot chilling right there. That's not actually where I put him, but that's a whole different thing. I actually put him in the TIE Fighter just because of something else. Anyway, the main feature, and I air quote that, because it's not really a feature, but you can use it to display, is, while it's on its stand, you actually can spin the TIE Fighter 360 to see, you know, whatever part you want to see. Now, don't spin it fast, obviously, because it'll probably fly off, but you know, if you want to look at the back, you know, there you go. Now you can see the back and all that fun and good stuff. I mean, I obviously keep it like this because I don't know, I may keep it at like a tilt. It depends where I put it. And that's the whole thing I'm trying to get. It depends where you put the TIE Fighter. Of course, they recommend you keep it like this. And that's probably the way I'll keep it because it's the most space efficient and all that. But there is one last thing I want to do with the big TIE Fighter. Just to show you guys how big it really is, because it's a lot bigger than I anticipated. I mean, I knew it was Ultimate Collectors, but sometimes they're not, you know, sometimes they're not huge. But this is the TIE Fighter that came out a couple of years ago. The one that cost $49.99. Just showing, and that's a big set for $50. That is a big set. But this is just showing you how big the collector's version of the TIE Fighter is compared to the minifigure version of the TIE Fighter. There is quite a size difference, if you can tell. So, that is it for the Ultimate Collector's TIE Fighter. I think it's pretty cool, and the fact that they didn't make it blue. I mean, some people thought that, and they could have made it blue if they really wanted to, because who knows why they do that. But, you know, it's not blue. It's silver like it should be, and it looks really nice. It's a little costly. For under 1,700 pieces, costing $200. Then again, it could cost $250. So I say $200 is a pretty reasonable price for it. I mean, yeah, it is just like the Slave One. So there's that. All right. So what else is there? Not much. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. All that fun stuff. I appreciate it when you do that. There is a couple. I have a kind of a different review to do after this. So, you know, there's that. And, yeah, just stick around till the sets come out in summer. And those will get reviewed. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you guys later. Bye-bye.